Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Courage. We'll change the word today. We'll call Krishna. We'll decide Krishna. Okay, Krishna. So no clapping for courage. We clap for Krishna. Fine. Hindu culture, if you see deeply, some of it are factuals. Some of it are absolutely poetical. Some of it are symbolic. Factual, poetical, symbolic. Hindu literature or Hindu culture is, collected in these three levels. The collective literature of Hinduism comes under this. Some of it would be absolute direct fact. Some places you will find them very, very poetical, and some places you will find them symbolic. A person who has done a bit of contemplation on the subject would know this is factual, this is symbolic, this is poetical. Those who have not done that kind of a contemplation can misunderstand poetry to be factual or something else to be symbolic. So a kind of a study is needed to understand it correctly. Little contemplation is needed. But the literature style falls in these three categories. And some of the advancement of this culture, if you see, is mind-blowing. Advanced, discoveries. We had a sage by name Yajnavalkya. Few thousand years ago, the sage lived by name Yajnavalkya. He was meditating, and in his meditation, it came to his mind this number 108. Suddenly it flashed in his mind, 108. He was thinking, what is this 108? What could this 108 be? Again he was in his contemplation. What can this 108 be? And then suddenly it revealed to him the distance between earth and sun is 108 suns. The distance between earth and moon are 108 moons. If you keep them across, that's the distance. So he was stunned by this revelation. But he wrote it down, this could be. And today's science agrees that is the distance. With all the latest technology, people have understood this is the distance between the sun and the earth and the moon. How did this guy know? Years before. Only through contemplation. This kind of a learning is called learning through the power of mantra, which today most of us are not aware of. Today we know the power of yantra. Yantra is machines. Mantra is mind power. Yajnavalkya understood this. The distance between the earth and the sun. And the size of the sun. He says you keep 108 earths, it would fit into the sun. And that's the size of the sun. Today the science agrees. Same thing with the moon. He could say the distance between the earth and the moon. Or there was another person by name Brahmagupta. Brilliant person. He was sitting quietly and it revealed to him what is the diameter of the earth. Obviously, they did not have equipments to go and measure them. They were sitting quietly in a place and it revealed to them. Like all the Navagrahas which we have. If you go to a Hindu temple, you have Navagrahas where sun is in the center. The world as such today got to know about it in 18th century after Galileo coming up with his telescope. Our Navagrahas were thousands of years ago, where you see sun in the center and planets going around. And not only that, in Navagraha Stotram you will see the distance measured between each planet and at what speed the planet revolves and what color is that planet. Obviously there were no telescopes. But people understood through the mind power. So when they've learnt it through mind power, mantra shakti it is called, they've presented it. Some of it would be poetical, some of it would be factual, some of it would be symbolic. We need to understand the scriptures because it is too wide and vast. Someone has to spend a lot of time in it to realize that where it is factual, where it is symbolic, where it is poetical. Why I told you this is today, our discussion is on teamwork. And I'll quote one of the slokas of the Gita. Gita has Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters. Okay. And it is in the middle of Mahabharata. And Mahabharata has 1,00,000 verses. 100,000 verses. Can you guess how long will it take to read Mahabharata, one full reading, if you do 25 verses a day?
A long time.
Minimum 10 years. To do one reading. Can you imagine someone writing a book which takes 10 years to complete first reading if you read just 25 verses a day? 100 verses a day, 4 years. That voluminous is the book. In the middle of that book you have Mahabharata. In middle of Mahabharata you have Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita there is a sloka which speaks about how important it is to work together. Where Krishna tells Arjuna, good. Where the Lord tells Arjuna, it should be that word. Where the Lord tells Arjuna that in the 3rd chapter it is said, Saha yajna praja srishtva puro vacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadvam eshavostvishta kamatak. This is a beautiful verse. We'll see the meaning of it. Saha yajna, along with yajna, Saha yajna, along with yajna, Praja Srishtva, the Creator built this creation. Praja Srishtva, brought up this creation. Along with the spirit of yajna, the Creator brought up this creation, Praja Srishtva. Purovacha Prajapatihi, and the Creator himself, Prajapati, he said, whatever you desire hereafter, anena prasavishyadvam, whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to aim, whatever you want to gain it through the spirit of yajna, saha yajna. Along with this yajna, you gain. Anena prasavishyadvam, eshavostvishta kamaduk. Kamaduk is now very symbolic. Where it is like a wish-fulfilling cow, wish-fulfilling tree. These are symbolic. So he says, let this be your wish-fulfilling zone. Where whatever you want to fulfill, you get it done. Kamadhenu is a cow where poetically, symbolically it is said, whatever you aspire, the cow would give. Now that's absolute poetry. There's nothing factual. You search the whole earth, you will not find a Kamadhenu that way. But it is poetically said, let this be your wish fulfilling zone. So here he says, in the spirit of yajna, you have to work and achieve whatever you want. Let us say now. What is the spirit of yajna? Yajna means people coming together, dropping their individuality for the common good. People coming together, dropping their individuality for the common good. That means a group of people coming together forms a team. Team above self. The team is more important than the individual. The individual drops his individuality for the team. So team stands above the individual. Team above self. That means the individual is giving up his individuality for the team. That kind of a spirit is called yajna spirit. How people did this in the past was, if they found a group of people, let us say in a particular village, were living and they were not together. Lot of disintegration, they were not coming together as a team, divided opinions. At such time, if there is a saint or a Mahatma, a wise man passing by, he found the team not doing well, the village is not together, he would say, let us conduct a yajna. So what happens in a yajna? When the yajna-shala, different kinds of people get involved. There's a fire sacrifice, let us say. The people who come forward, let us say the people who have merchandising in oil, they come forward and give oil. Ghee. Some people come and say, there will be a lot of people, I have fruits, I supply fruits. Someone will say, I give you rice for this program. That way different members of the community come together, offer whatever they can. That way this one activity brought all kinds of people together. And they invoke the Lord. So this kind of coming together is called yajna. Now the Creator says that at the time of creation, this creation was made with the spirit of yajna, togetherness. It is created with togetherness. Whatever you want to fulfill in this world, achieve it in the spirit of togetherness. So Krishna tells Arjuna, too slow. Krishna tells Arjuna, good, that work in the spirit of togetherness. What you want to achieve can be achieved. So anywhere, wherever you go, if you are going to lead a group, play a role of a leader, you must understand togetherness of the team is very, very important. Togetherness of the team. That is the role the leader has to play. That is called yajna spirit, where he inspires the leaders, the members, that they should keep the team above the self. Goal is more important than individuals. That is the quality a leader should do. So in togetherness, in that way if we come together, with which whatever we want can be achieved. Now look at that sloka. Saying when the creation was made, it was made with the spirit of togetherness. So whatever one aspires to achieve in life, let us achieve together. Now please think. If collectively we decide, this is what we want to do, we would achieve it, isn't it? If all the nations in the world decide that we should make this earth green again, it's a collective decision. All the nations across the globe decides we will make this planet green again because we have abused the planet so badly that we are seeing it getting, like with the global warming, it's getting damaged. Collectively, if we decide we will make the planet green, how long do you think it will take? If everyone was made to feel responsible, collectively we say, and then it is done soon. So he says in the Gita that anything you want, do it collectively. And that will happen. We want the earth green, collectively we can do. We want to remove poverty from this earth, collectively we can remove. We want to remove crime from this earth, collectively we can remove. Anything, he says, people have to do it collectively. So collectively, if people aspire for something, that will happen. That collectiveness or togetherness is yajna spirit. So even if a team has a goal, the leader should make sure that team is together. If we come together, we can do. Like, I'll give you one example. Sometime back meaning some 10 years ago, we had this, 10, 12 years ago, we had a quiz in India called Art of Man Making, based on that book. We conducted a quiz. It was All India Yuva Kendra doing this program, national quiz. And at that time, we decided we will reach out 10,000 people. That's the target we had. We worked hard, we reached collectively. Same team in 2 years' time conducted another quiz called Awakening Indians to India. At that time, the team decided collectively we will reach 3 lakhs. We reached 3 lakhs participation. We want to reach 6 lakh people. We reached. Why? Everybody came together. Collectively, you bring people together and hold them together. And if everyone has that vision, coming together, you will achieve what you want. Now in India, we have set up a program called Transforming Indians to Transform India. Collectively, our team has decided we would reach minimum 10 lakh people. 1 million. And I'm sure the team will come together, and since we are together, that can be achieved. So if you know the art of getting the team together, keeping them inspired on one goal, then you will make the team achieve. So this is very, very important. Team building or coming together, holding the team together is very important. Those of you who aspire to lead a team, this is a very important quality. So on teamwork, we have a game now, activity. And we will see how a person demonstrates this one value, team above self. My team is more important than me. So together we will reach our goal. So we have an activity now. I call upon Sharanya to tell the rules of the game.
The first one. How long should we keep?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Total for 2 activities. Or just the first one?
The other one is 2 minutes.
Ah, yes.
20 minutes.
Hari Om. So now we're going to have, this is also going to be a timed activity. It's 20 minutes. In your groups, and you can kind of use the side, the back, and even outside the corridor or something, along the corridor. Your team needs to make the longest line. Okay? And how you can use anything, but you have to keep your clothes on. No article of clothing, of your own clothing that you're wearing can be used. Question. What about socks?
Socks allowed.
Okay, so this, yeah. Okay, yes, question. Hari Om, question. Yes.
Statues don't blink, they don't move. Down, thank you.
Okay, and now I want to have one volunteer from each group to come up, please. A volunteer. No, like your volunteer. Just some love, y'all. Team 1, volunteer, raise your hands. Team 2, Team 3, Team 4, Team 5, Team 6. Okay. So now, you're going to be given a quiz. Okay, here's how it's going to work. I'm going to give each of you the sheet of paper. You're going to discuss as a group, read the instructions, and then you're going to be given 90 seconds. Okay, 90 seconds. And what I'll do is don't turn over the question until I say go. Okay? And y'all keep pens ready, please.
One per team. One per team. One scribe per team.
If you wish, you can sit in a circle on the floor and then you come back.
90 seconds to answer my questions.
Don't look at the question paper until I say go.
There are 20 questions. Yes. The team has to answer it in 90 seconds.
Is this that flip?
Awesomest thing.
Okay. Ready? You ready? You have 90 seconds.
90 seconds.
And your time starts now.
Time started already.
Name the top 3 cities in the U.S. with the highest student population.
Okay, one's in New Jersey for sure. Wait,
No, yeah. Sugarland. Someone write it down.
What is the city?
Sugarland. What portion of the U.S.
Here, watch out. We'll start answering the bottom ones.
Cities of the 50 states in the United States.
Austin.
Oh, what's the link between Native and
They like to win.
What is the link between Native Indians and South Asian Indians?
Alabama. Guys, can you help us?
What is the U.S.
tax of all Indians? Mom, answer me.
How many birthdays in May?
Whose birthday's in May? Raise your hand if your birthday's in May.
My birthday.
No one? Okay.
Sorry, my sister's
You have 30
It
seconds.
doesn't matter. It just means
Last 30 seconds more.
30-second warning.
How many Camp Tennies have their birthdays? How many Camp Tennies have their birthday in May? What year did Swami make it?
Take a pen paper.
20 seconds more.
Avatars of Lord Vishnu. Okay, avatars of Lord Vishnu.
3,
You'll be talking after that.
2, 1, stop.
Stop. Time over.
Stop, everybody. Volunteers, please take back the sheet. Volunteers, take back the sheet. Take back the sheet. Write your group name on top and turn it in. Group name on top. On top of the sheet, yes. Okay.
Time up.
Time up now.
Someone is writing still.
No writing. We're not going to accept. Yeah, just your group name. Only your group name. Please turn it in.
Why?
quick. Okay. And I'm just going to read over the questions, okay? So your instructions, so 20 facts every junior chick should know. Please complete the quiz within the time limit. That was your instruction. So number 1 was name the top 3 cities in the U.S. with the highest Indian population.
Chicago.
What portion of U.S. income taxes is paid by people of Indian origin? Name all the capital cities of the 50 states in the U.S. What is the link between native Indians and South Asian Indians? What is the U.S.'s largest trading partner? And which year was Diwali first celebrated at the White House? How many camp attendees have their birthdays in May? Put up your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. What year did Swami Mitrananda land in the U.S.? 1838. What was Swami Vivekananda's name before he became a sannyasi? What year did Swami Mitrananda take Diksha? When did he take sannyas?
He was 31.
8 years old. Name all the avatars of Lord Vishnu. Name the 3 child heroes of the Puranas. What? Name 3 child heroes of the Puranas. Okay. Name the 3 largest Chinmaya Mission centers in the world. Chinmaya Mission Houston has more members than Chinmaya Mission Dallas. True or false? Swami Sarveshananda's name as a teenager was Gopinath. Gopinath, true or false? I'm laughing because somebody just walked in. Chinmaya Mission Austin is located on a ranch. True or false? True. Austinites?
I saw cows on the way. Yeah, I did too. I pointed every single cow out. There were even look, there's a cow. There's some, yeah, there was some corn.
Number 17. Now that you read all the questions 1 through 16, you can skip the questions and only answer question 20 correctly. For the sake of amusement, Lord Ganesha carries a mouse on his left hand. Y'all should know this. What is the abbreviation CHIC?
Team 5. Quickest time. Group 3 answered other questions. True or false? Yes, no. Right, wrong. Group 5 answered only one question. Well done, Group 5. Raghu. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, statue. on. If someone has taken a very strange pose, I want to see how long he stands that way. Just hang on. You guys, hey, statues don't turn. Neither they blink nor giggle. This guy is awesome. That's his t-shirt. Down. Okay, thanks. Okay. Going back to the subject. We were discussing on the spirit of togetherness. I definitely appreciate your involvement in making the longest queue. And some people thought of some subtle concepts and thought that was also a way of presenting the longest queue. The decision of that would be taken later. Which team did well, we'll announce in the valedictory of this camp. Because it needs discussion, I have to talk to other acharyas and then we will come out. Okay, so that's fine. But I appreciate the spirit of putting yourself there for the team. Okay, now, how do we build a team? What are the main qualities you need to build a team?
People.
1 minute. We will go team-wise. Team 1, tell me 2 main qualities you think which is needed for a team 1. Team 1? 2 qualities you think to build a team. Caring. Yes? Someone write down. Caring. Cooperation. Okay. Team 2? Mutual goals. Then?
Teamwork.
Okay. Team 3? Trust.
And consensus, like agreement.
Agreement. Team comes to an agreement. Consensus, right. Team 4. Team 4? Communication. Very good. Can't hear. Respect. Very good. Team 5? Listening skills.
Collectivity. Collectivity.
What does that mean? Collectivity. Okay. Team 6?
Existence. You have to exist to be in the team.
Exist.
Existence.
Okay.
And coexistence.
Coexistence. Okay. Fine. You know what Gurudev tells on team building? And he has built a team worldwide. And he has brought up an organization of different mindsets coming together, serve the world community for last 62 years, non-controversial. So there should be something in building this team. The core values, what he says, is in our Chinmaya Mission pledge. We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. We serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values within and without us. These are the core values. We want to build a team. Let's start building team with love and respect. Every member should be trained to have respect for the fellow members, and there must be friendliness. Even if there are differences which come up, sometimes it is possible that there could be differences coming up. At such occasions, what we should do is we should remember the goal and adjust. That the goal is more important than this issue. So we should develop an art of dropping issues. When there is an issue which has come up, our disagreement must be issue-based. We should never take it to person. Any disagreement as a team, probably for that particular issue we don't agree, but we should never take it personal. This is a very important quality. And Gurudev also says, giving more than what we take is also the quality of a team. In a team, I should know to give more than what I take from the team. If this spirit is brought in, we bring this quality inside, I'm sure that team would live stronger and achieve its goals. And that's how Gurudev did this. One person, imagine in 1951 when he came down the Himalayas to start his first talk. He came from Himalayas to Pune, and there were 4 people attending his talk when he started. And he used to very jokingly say that 4 included him also as a speaker. That means that's all the people who were there. But he went on. Okay. He went on from there to build an organization. Now please think. We find difficult to start a small center. We find difficult to start a small movement. And here is one person who built a worldwide movement. Not many people build organizations of this kind. And these are the core values he had. So for a team, we must definitely keep these points. That we stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. So how does this happen? We should see what the other person's contributions are, then his shortcomings. So we would see the larger picture, and then there would be a mutual admiration. When I was doing classes for the youth empowerment program, I gave them one exercise just to find out who are your team members, who are people who are supporting the cause for which you stand. Who are the people? I said, list down people whom you don't even know but support the same cause for which you stand. Now that was a very interesting exercise. Like for example, let us say we support Hindu culture. We wanted to preserve and promote and make people understand correctly. Now who are the people who are supporting the same cause? It could be a priest in a temple whom you don't even know is supporting the same work. Or it could be someone who has taken trouble to put some information on the website. Like for example, let us say, I want to know Nirvan Shatakam. I want a copy of it. I go on web and I type Nirvan Shatakam and I get it. Someone has taken trouble to put it up. So there is an unknown person working for the same cause. So a leader should have that kind of a vision. To recognize the people who are supporting in your team and also people beyond your team who is supporting the same cause. If that vision the leader develops, I tell you, from the leader, the members would be inspired. That kind of a vision. So, if we have that, then worldwide organizations can come up. Small events can be done so well. So, on teamwork, if we go through our own pledge, that we stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect, we serve as an army, courageous and disciplined. In teamwork and in service, these two are very important. Service must have discipline. Team which stands together must have discipline. If there is no discipline in the team, that team will not do well. Even for service, there must be discipline. Many a times, what people think, I serve. And there need not be any discipline because I'm just giving, I'm doing service. No. If you want to serve effectively, there must be discipline. I'll give you one example. You guys must have heard of this name, Rockefeller. Yes. He is one of the like a top philanthropist of the past years. In the earlier generation, he was considered one of the top philanthropists. Someone like Bill Gates today, very rich, and then philanthropy. He went to meet Swami Vivekananda once. And Vivekananda was busy. He didn't even recognize nor acknowledge Rockefeller. He didn't bother. Rockefeller felt, I'm such a top man and I go there and this sadhu doesn't even look at me. So next day again he went, and this time he gave him a check. Saying, you've been doing good work, take this check. Let's say Vivekananda takes it, goes back to whatever work he was doing. Rockefeller looked at him and said, the world stands up when I go around, and here is a sadhu who doesn't even bother, and I'm giving him a check for his cause. He just takes it, keeps it, and continues to work. Did not even say thank you. So he looks at him and he says, you could say thank you. That I did something for you, you could say thank you. Swami Vivekananda looks at him and says, I do God's work. You be thankful that your check was accepted for His work. You be thankful that your check was accepted for His work. You see the man's confidence, see the personality. And Vivekananda served with fearlessness, with discipline. From there, Rockefeller learned, and from then only, he became one of the top philanthropists in the world. A great philanthropist. He charted out how charity should be done. And the kind of discipline Rockefeller brought into charity is amazing. He was one of the pioneers. For service, bring in discipline. So, a team has to have discipline even to serve. We as Chinmaya Mission, we have a goal. We want to serve. We would like to reach maximum people. For that, we need discipline. So, love, respect, fearlessness, discipline are all very, very important. Then sacrifice. Sacrifice, I give more than what I take. What I received and what I give, I should always give more than what I have received. If these qualities we build in a team, love, respect, courage, discipline, and sacrifice, that team would be strong. I found this practically. Wherever people have these 5 values clear, they built a wonderful team. And they not only build wonderful team, they achieve wonderful things through that team. So in my idea, in my understanding, what I have seen, these 5 qualities are very, very essential. Love, respect, courage, discipline, sacrifice. Individually, collectively. If the team can keep this as core values for the team, you will see the team becoming strong there. So, let us see how we can develop these 5 qualities slowly. Through Yuva Kendra classes, etc. Definitely, these values go deeper and deeper and more clarity we develop. And to summarize what I was telling you earlier, the Creator Himself made the creation to work in the spirit of togetherness. And He said, whatever you want to achieve, come together, it will be done. That would be your way of fulfilling. So, anywhere if we can get an opportunity of getting people together, holding them together, then we will find good results. Any questions on team? Most welcome. Yes, please.
Can you explain the courage as a team again? I know that individuals must have courage inside that team, but what is team courage?
If the team stands for certain values and say these are our values on which we will not compromise, we would know to stand by it. That is courage for the team. There can be external pressures. Like for example, I'll tell you, I was part of a fundraising meeting with Gurudev. I was in Yuva Kendra at that time. So we used to go around Swamiji. So it so happened that we happened to be inside that room for this meeting. It was a fundraising meeting for Chinmaya Vidyalaya school. For some of you, we run 90 schools in India, CBSE, like a curriculum. And schools are difficult to build. So Swamiji was sitting there and people came forward. Some of them said, here I give some donation. This will be for a block I can donate. And he was raising the funds. And one of them who was donating said, Swamiji, I'll give you money for a block. That means first floor, second floor, third floor, 15 classrooms is one block there. And he said, 15 classrooms I'll sponsor. Can I have every year one seat that I can recommend? He asked this question, can I have a seat as a recommendation? Can I recommend a seat every year for next 10 years or so? You know what Gurudev said? And we need that school, we need the funds. He said, if you can give charity, give without conditions. This is courage for the team. You want to give charity without conditions. We don't want this condition. That I would, and you can bring any kind of a student. And then it becomes a compulsion. Merit, not merit, and it is not fair. So he wants that main value there. So he said, if you can give donation, give it without any conditions. So Swamiji was not taking anything which was given to him if conditions applied. He said no. Because we do a noble work and you should give. Now this is a value. A team should not come under external pressure. Suppose we have a goal to achieve and someone coming up and puts one condition, and it could be easy for us to reach the goal. If it is going to affect the core values of the team should stand up and say, sorry, I won't do it. Yeah. Yes.
Let's say you're a team. Let's say you're a team and you have one common goal, but one person has a different approach and they aren't open about a different approach. How would you kind of convince them that the other approach that they're close to is better?
We should call immediately for a team meeting. Team meeting and take suggestions. And if the team decides, okay, let us give this new approach a try, then everyone in the team should understand it's a team decision for the new approach. We are going to give it a try, and everyone should give it a wholehearted try. Because that is the discipline needed for the team. The team has taken a decision. Every member, even if they don't agree, have to stand by that decision. So this is a value. Like a person only have to develop this value. So if the team has that value, we have taken a decision, maybe 20 people on the team don't agree, but the team has taken a decision. Then we must abide by that decision. Yes. Can you stand up? I can't see you.
In certain situations, there may be people who have less to offer, and there may be people who have more to offer, and that might build like a sense of hierarchy in the team, and it stops being a team at that point. So how do you keep everyone equal, and how do you keep everyone content with what they're doing? Though they might be doing less, or someone might be doing more.
Understood. There are different people offer different things to the team. Some can offer strategies, may not be in a position to offer funds, but can offer strategies which can work for the team. So he has got intellectual wealth to offer. Someone else may have, material wealth to offer. So the team leader should understand everyone plays a role. So that way, whatever people, and someone may not be offering, intellectual contribution to the team, may not even contribute material wealth to the team, but can be a foot soldier available, saying, you ask me to do this, I'll go and do it for you. So that way, different values each one will have to offer. The leader should know to keep them going. Leader should know to keep them going, and there should be certain activities which you take up would be the same, which gives you this kind of equalness. I was reading about Japanese management techniques, And one thing they have is, they say the top boss in that company and let us say the watchman, the security guard, should wear the same uniform. This is one. And whatever they are doing, at one point, let us say they work from morning 7 to evening 6. Sometime in the day, a person will go and press the siren. It's not on a fixed time. Any time in the day, a person will go hit the siren. When the siren goes up, whatever work they are doing with whoever they are next to, everyone has to respect one another with warm respects. They should greet each other. So it could be like a sweeper sweeping. And there could be an officer, CEO sitting. The CEO will stand up, the sweeper would stand up, both would say good day with respect. Like they're trying to bring in, a kind of equalness there. So this is a strategy which worked well for Japan. But the point here is everyone has something to offer, the leader should know, and people should value what each one is contributing. Because without that person, the team is still left off. So we should know to take them. And some people may have potential. This is the greatness of great leaders. People like Gurudev can see what the other person is capable of, but right now he cannot. So he'll have that extra patience to wait, saying, little more, I can see the talent in this person to unfold. So there could be sometimes some members dormant. But you must have the patience saying, I know this person is capable, would bounce back on another time. So even if someone is dormant, we should not disregard them. Because they are capable of contributing. Probably they contributed earlier. Right now they are dormant. They may come back again. So there the leader should have patience and see the team is together. And respect everyone's contribution. So when the event gets over, we should know to respect. Saying, here is a person who contributed this, all this made it happen. That way. Yeah.
What if you're in a team and then there's just one person who decides to take over and be leader, but no one really wants them to, and they just boss the other people around. But someone else who would make a better leader, what would you do then?
The team has to sit together and decide, or the people of authority, the next immediate authority, one should go there and speak it out. Tell them listen, looks like this can work better for the team and this doesn't work. So to the next person of authority, one should go and consult. This can be very subjective, but the solution is only that. The team sits together and decides, do we go around like this? And no, the team feels, no, this can't go along. We need a change in the leadership. Then we must approach the person in authority, saying, all of us feel this change is mandatory, therefore please consider that way. Yeah.
In order to you were talking earlier that in order to come together as a team, you have to set your ego aside, correct? But that can sometimes be sort of difficult. So what sort of techniques or ideas do you want to keep in mind when you're working with the team?
In my experiences, I get inspired when I see people who drop their ego for the team. Then I feel I feel very humbled when somebody does that. Then I say I should also learn to do it. I have seen some of the top people, like for example Swami Mitrananda. There is no need for him to call somebody and speak, but he would do it for the interest of the mission. How he held the team together. You understand? So I have seen him doing this. So practically when I see a person like him at this stature, calling some person, which he doesn't have to do at all, but he would call that person and speak, so that in that zone, the work goes well, and that person. So here I've seen so humble this person is. The other person doesn't require this, but he would call and do. So I have seen that way, leaders who have dropped their ego completely for the team. So I feel inspired that way. So when I see them and when I have to face a situation where my ego comes up, I say, look how he responded. Let me learn. So this is one way of feeling inspired, saying, I'll drop my ego because I've seen him dropping the ego. So this inspires me practically. Second, I realize, what do we want in the end? Me dominating or the team goal? Team goal. Once I'm very clear this is the team goal, I don't mind giving in. So the team goal should not be forgotten, practically. We should always remember that. And I take practical inspirations from such people who drop their egos for the team.
Just in general, like in life, right, how do you create that sort of detachment from your ego? Just in general.
We should aim for the higher. It comes with Vedanta. When my goal is something else, and then I keep, working in a team, I know this is team's goal, but my personal goal is the supreme. Once I have a goal like that, these things don't bother. Like, I've sent once a message to people, like, let's say, for example, in the team, don't try and be big in the team. You have to realize you are bigger than the team. That's the truth. People compete to be big in the team. No, you are bigger than the team. Don't try to be big in an organization. The truth is you are bigger than the organization. When I understand from Vedanta self, when I understand, I know I am bigger and I accommodate this. Not that I try to be big here. That vision can come when we go on our self-study. So when I have God as my goal, self-realization as my goal, I aspire for that. That is my individual goal and this is my team's goal. So the individual goal is that. So you don't give room to your ego at all. So it's a great realization which came much later, that you are bigger than the team. You don't have to fight to be big in the team. And team's goal is more dear to you than you being big in the team. These two, you realize ego is very easy to handle. Because team goal is more important for you than you being big in the team. Yes.
After the team has suffered a loss or has had a setback in reaching their goal, and they're how do you motivate? How do you motivate them? Or as a leader, how do you motivate them to go back at it?
I'll give you one example. Every team would face failure, setbacks would be there. Somewhere or other, you can't keep winning always. So certain projects go well, certain projects could be mediocre. The team comes back and saying, okay, we learn from our mistakes and we grow. The leader should be very motivational, should take team forward. I'll give you one example. In India, we had a very great person by name Subhash Chandra Bose. He started the Indian National Army. And you know how he started the army? He went to different countries in Europe and in Asia and found Indians in prison supporting some other country. Let us say soldiers who were caught by Japanese. Japan and UK, England had a war. Some of the soldiers were captured by Japan and some of them were Indian soldiers fighting for UK, for England. He went and addressed them. And the Japanese people said, okay, you can take the Indian prisoners, because for them to keep the prisoners is to take care of them. And that's a lot of expenses, though they take work and various things. So they said, when he went and he said, I'd like to have these Indian soldiers whom you have captured in this war, send them to me because I want them to fight for India. So many, that way the European countries, Germany, Japan, all these countries came and gave their soldiers. He formed a team. But that's not what. He went out and he said something so brilliant. The man said, this is the leadership. He said, if you follow me, I promise death, nothing else. See the words? You follow me, you come with me, I promise death, nothing else. I can't give you anything. I can't give you a comfortable home. I can't give you, a easy life. I can't give you all this. I can only promise death because we're going for war. And there were people who stood up saying, we come with you. 80,000 of them formed the INA. And this is the call, he said, you follow me, I promise death. Generally what we say, you come with me, I'll give you this, I'll give you that, this perks you'll have, that you'll have. Here is a man who has got nothing to possess, stands there empty, looks at the people and he says, you come with me, I promise death. I can't give you anything else. This is what I can give you, but we have a goal to achieve. People were motivated. Now the leader stands with that kind of a value. So when team have setback, the leader should inspire the team like saying, let's move on with this. Okay, that is 10:30. We've crossed 5 minutes extra. So we stop here now. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.